Hey, thanks so much for clicking on this video and welcome to the Haves and the Have-Nots review here on YouTube. If you're a fan of Tyler Perry, you've come to the right place. Be sure to click that subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also check me out on these social media platforms, and links in the description below will lead you to my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook group, and Facebook page. Once again, thanks for joining in and enjoy the video. All right, now Veronica knows how to pretty much toss people in the garbage disposal as soon as she figures that they are no use to her whatsoever. She's almost like the person, what's it called, a dine and dash, where you go somewhere to a restaurant to eat, but then you skip out on the bill. Yeah, that's pretty much her. If I'm not mistaken, this Hitman is like the second person she has used but to get back at someone, but hasn't paid him. I think the first time we saw this was with Toxic. That was the guy in the jail. Remember back during season 3, I think. Basically, it was during the time when Jim had Wyatt in jail on purpose. It was pretty much a controlled environment just to give him a taste of what prison life would be like in order for him to shut his damn mouth in regards to, the little Lizzie situation. Basically, Toxic was somebody that was orchestrated by Veronica, using the guard Terrell to be put into the same cell as Wyatt to pretty much, sexually abuse him. And he was supposed to be paid by Veronica because there was a scene where he's calling her on the phone, she's driving, and she literally hangs up on him. And, it was thought that, man, what if he gets out at some point and tries to get revenge? But too late, Jim had him killed off. So now we have the Hitman, who was used to, pretty much take out Erica and David, and then also called back to take care of RK in order to put Jeffrey behind bars in order to orchestrate a new plan to create a new Melissa and, talk about recycled storylines, huh? And basically the Hitman got arrested, even though we had no work. I guess you could say no lead up to him being arrested by the FBI, so that was kind of weird. And now we have him behind bars in the interrogation room, where he pretty much claimed that Veronica hired him to do the job, but he was not paid. Pretty much, taking her by her word, which is very confusing because I could have sworn that she did throw a wad of money at him, saying that, well, I need the money up front. And did Veronica say she would give him half now and half later? I forgot. I just know she threw a big stack of money at him. That's all I remember. And he even called her up on the phone, explaining there's a new car. She was like, okay, use that to, explode. Then he even called her after the job was done, after she kept saying, don't call me anymore. That's when she took like a little bug or a chip out of the phone, stomped on it, and flushed it. So pretty much, I guess you could say, eliminating her connection to the guy. So now when he called her up in order to use her as a lawyer, she decided to get somebody else and pretty much left his ass high and dry. So the real question is, do you think this guy is going to somehow get revenge? I think it's very possible. I just don't see how he's going to get out of this jail situation he's in. Now, the reason I think that would be very interesting if he gets revenge is if Derek is somehow involved. And you're probably wondering, Jeremy, why do you think Derek's going to be involved? 2 reasons. Number 1, Derek, well, actually 3 reasons. The third one is kind of a theoretical. Number 1, he and Derek know each other. Remember, this guy was called from that list of people that Derek gave to Veronica when she asked for a list of his old associates. So they pretty much know each other. Number 2, Veronica even threatened Derek. This was after, the whole Melissa jumped from the roof thing, and pretty much, she blamed Hannah, but then Hannah just, brushed it off. Unfortunately for Derek, he was the next person to show up, and she pretty much turned that anger towards him. And it's really because she was rejected by him in the episode The Broken Washer, when he refused to have sex with her. And then, she said she would make him pay for it or something. And then number 3, and this goes back to my theoretical reason, and I did a video about what if Derek goes after the Malones because of what they did to Benny, which upset Hannah. And I bet if that were to occur, Derek would possibly call up all his old contacts in order to wage a war against the Malones. So that would mean the Hitman that's in jail too. So that could possibly lead to those two reconnecting. So I think that, you know, Derek might actually reconnect with this dude in order to get revenge on Veronica, mainly because, number one, he has a vendetta against her to begin with. That's one reason. Number two, him and Derek both have a reason to hate her, you know, with her threatening him. And then number three, he might be able to use this guy to get to the Malones. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think the Hitman will somehow get revenge on Veronica? Will Derek be involved? Or is he just going to simply rot behind bars? And that's it. Because to be completely honest, I mentioned this before, two things on this. Number one, I wish that the camera actually did a close-up on that piece of paper Derek handed Veronica. That way we could have seen the names of, you know, the associates. Like, I mean, that would have been pretty cool. That way we can get an idea of, like, okay, how many people are on that list? It would have been like the 13 ghosts of Scooby-Doo. You got to capture 13 ghosts, and then you're done with this season. And then number two on the list matter, I was actually pretty disappointed that Veronica would call the same Hitman to do the RK thing, you know, pretty much orchestrate RK's death and make Jeffrey look responsible. I'm like, well, Veronica, you know the FBI is watching your house. Why would you invite the guy who was responsible for the bombing that the FBI is watching you for? I was thinking that, you know, okay, once she's done with this dude, she'll just call up another person from the list, because that would actually make a lot of sense. But, you know, maybe they haven't cast the other people on the list yet. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. But guys, what do you think about this theory? Do you think the Hitman will get revenge? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.